Right.
Quick explanation for you guys. For those that don't know me, my name is Scott. James and I were talking about this a few days ago. How it'd be advantageous for you guys to know everything. Um, so how this all started is when I was 14, I had to get orthodontic work that was a palate spreader on the roof of my mouth that was hooked to the bottom of my molars on my jaw,
Orthodontic
and
is a
they
work on teeth, by the way, for people who don't know.
yeah, and so it was basically a more extreme version of braces at the time. And so I'm setting I'm doing everything right. They have to constantly twist this palette spreader, and eventually it just pulls something out of the way that creates a pretty chronic. So it exacerbates an issue. I have a propensity to migraines. That's like a lot of times I would get them. I couldn't tell you why. What this did is this probably made it 10 times worse. I would wake up with a migraine, fall asleep with a migraine. I get cluster headaches. For those of you that don't know what cluster headaches are, a migraine is a headache where pretty bad, very, very strong. It's like a headache times five. It's it sometimes sits behind your eyes, it sometimes sits across your forehead. It's a pretty intense pain. But at times, certain medications can kill it. The cluster headache is a migraine times 100. It is the worst pain I can describe, and nothing ever works. Nothing stops the pain because this is not, it's something that you can't block the pain receptors for. It is
And you
just
had to
pure
switch your
pain.
medicine as well many times.
Yeah,
Like
I've been
prescribe
on
different stuff.
15, 20 different medications. And so it's like just for one issue. And then I've gone through. So those of that don't know, the past year there was money raised to sort of pay off the different stuff that I've gone through over this time. And with the physiological issues, you get sort of emotional ones as well because you always feel like there's something wrong with you. So during that time, you sort of rack up a lot of money that you can't really afford. But then everybody's helped me um, pay that off, which is amazing. And alongside that, there's also a heaviness that comes with the amount of money still left, considering that if we found the surgery before, it might have been the solution. And sadly, this is the one that I discovered in the past 2 years, but it's quite an expensive amount. So you can't really, I don't know. It's hard to sort of jump into something like that and just take on the, I think, I don't remember. It's like 42,000, something like that. And it works. This guy is a best facial surgeon in California, I believe, or West Coast, probably. I think he said. And what he's done with people before, just like me, he's had people that have been in insane car accidents, and he's reconstructed their jaw to the point of where it sits naturally again. And so part of my headache issue is that the muscles are so sort of twisted around each other that this has caused my issues. Over time, you sort of get out of your funk, I guess, where it's like, yeah, the pain gets to a point where it's like, yeah, pain hurts, whatever, I can get out of it. But you can't fix the issues that are caused afterward because for years my teeth have been chipping and cracking because they sit in a horrible location, and it's horrible. I wish I could describe physically what it's like, but I've had the same tooth worked on 4 times now because they constantly chip and break. And it's not that I don't take care of my teeth. Dude, I'm like on top of this thing. The issue is you can't fix something that is broken with just a band-aid, right? So these constant issues sort of have caused not only the physical pain, but then alongside that with not like a self-diagnosed, don't worry. It's a professional diagnosis of different disorders. So depression and anxiety disorders. You stick with a mindset of where it's like all I am is this pain, and you sort of gain a complex from your own inability to live outside of what keeps you down. It's like an anchor, and you can never get rid of it. So that is the baseline explanation that I can give of the situation. The surgery, what it does is it We'll start off with either braces or Invisalign that allow my teeth to sit in a position that they will sit naturally when the surgery is done. So it's an 18-month procedure. It is 9 months of braces, and was it 9 months? Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, okay, 18 months. So it's a year of braces, then it is a then the procedure, and then the remaining 6 months is purely a recovery from a insane thing. So how this works is starts out with the braces. They will stretch out and pull the teeth into a location that will properly fit when the surgery is completed. That involves that involves kind of tearing the teeth apart in order to make them work. Finally, after a year of that, we go to the surgery. The surgery itself only takes 6 hours, but let me explain something to you. If you want anesthesia for a surgery that's pretty damn painful, it's $5,000 every, I think it was 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah, because they charge you like that. They don't
Yeah,
do
or
it
it
like
was
one
something
time
like-
fee. They do it per hours type of thing.
So I think it was 1,500 or something like that per hour. So it's a 4 hour surgery. So we're sitting here like, oh wow, okay, I guess I don't need it then. So of course you do a $6,000 just for 4 hours of anesthesia, and you can't not get it. You can't not do it, because if you don't do the anesthesia, it counts as an unsafe procedure. Because if I wake up halfway through it, they can't just use a pan to knock me out. Yes,
Yeah.
this is a part of American healthcare. This is an issue that cannot be helped by all of us grandstanding and being like, why is it expensive? This is an issue that comes down to how it's been marketed. Only the U.S. and New Zealand allow you to do direct to patient advertisement when it comes to pharmaceuticals. Anyways, all that aside, so it is something that is not subsidized, and it's something that's super expensive. So that's why most insurances, their job is to cover that. But my insurance over the past years has covered a lot, but they've decided that this one is something that they don't want to do. So constantly, I'm in a back and forth conversation with them. I'm constantly fighting for this. So my goal is to at least get a third or half or something, and be like, hey, look at how much I have, pay the rest. And that's the back and forth I've been going through. My dad, who I'm under 26. So just so you guys know, if you are under 26, you're allowed to be on your parents' health care. Super lucky. My parents have really good health care, considering they are both educators in California. Thank you, teachers union. Anyways, so my dad has been going back and forth with these people, being like, hey man, please, 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 please. It's just over and over and over. Hopefully it'll work out. But as it stands right now, the financial responsibility lies on my ability to make the money. And they will not allow me to start the procedure unless I can pay for it. Now, there is something that I've talked to the person that's handling my case about, and I asked her, if I can raise half, would you be willing to start the procedure? She said yes. But that would give me about 9 months to get the money in order, because 3 months before the final procedure, you have to have all the money, otherwise they won't work on you. So I would hope that within time, first of all, to explain the brace portion of it, it's $9,000. I will go through my dental insurance and see what they'll do. Hopefully they'll cover most of that. If not, $9,000 can start that way, but that gives me 9 months to earn the remaining amount for the, shoot, I think it was like $38,000 surgery. I don't know. Anyways, before I'm not able to explain a lot of money issues because of how legal systems work within the U.S. The people don't like getting sued, and they also don't like when you talk about it. So the big issue with that one is that this one, since it's outside of it, I can be as open with you as possible and explain everything. Yeah, I think I've said most of anything. If you have any questions, I'm reading the chat. Go ahead and ask. I can answer whatever you need. Same with you, James. If you want to point anything out I missed, go.
I mean, I know everything. It's been like it's been gone for so many years now.
Yeah. For those of you, why aren't you changing insurances? I Sorry, that question took me back, and I realized I gotta like respond in a way that's not me being an ass. Sorry, dude. Okay, James had insurance in California, and it was like $500-$600 a month for absolute garbage coverage. They didn't do anything.
$600 including dental stuff. They didn't do shit.
They
would always find excuses not to pay for stuff. That's the reason why my surgery on my dental stuff cost me $6,000, despite me paying already so much on top of everything.
And also, they charged him to go to an emergency room.
Oh yeah,
and
I remember
get a
when
medication he could have got off eBay for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I remember when I had an ear infection, I came to emergency room. They charged me $150 on top of my $600 per month coverage just to give me an ibuprofen and tell me I'm fine. The infection got worse. I had to get